Pay attention. I'm right here.
I
I'm
am
up
paying
here.
attention.
Look up here. Look up here. I'm up here. Okay. All right. Welcome to another episode. We're here with my dear friend and partially decent human being on a good day, former writer of Saturday Night Live and white-haired spectacular, Jack Helmuth. Hello, Jack.
Hello, how are you? What does it say? John, how are you?
Yeah, yes. I'm lovely now that we're together again. So today we're focusing on the Godfather of Grunge. He has a heart of gold. He's always rocking in the free world. And he proves that no matter the occasion, flannel is always the right choice.
Sure.
He is a two-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Jack Helmuth, who is he?
I mean, I was thinking that sort of the Godfather would be Kurt
Godfather
Cobain, but
No.
I guess would it be? Look, I don't know this type of music.
I
very
know,
well. Like
I
Dave
know, I know.
Grohl type of person.
No, you got to go back further.
I don't know who's the Godfather of Grunge.
It is Neil Young. Neil Young.
Gosh, of course.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Yes, very good.
Neil Young. We're talking about Neil Young today. All right, so our first segment is called the $1 Million Question, Jack.
Okay.
The $1 Million Question.
Man.
So that's right, take a breath, get ready. So throughout history, every now and then, a music label will sue its own artist. And I'm going to give you 3 lawsuits where labels sued their own artists. One of them is not real. One of them is fake.
Ooh.
You have to tell me which of these lawsuits is a fake. Are you ready,
Fine.
Jack?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I was born for that.
Finally, we found something. All right, so here we go. Number one.
Yep.
John Fogerty, singer and frontman of Creedence Clearwater Revival, was sued by Fantasy Records for sounding too much like John Fogerty on his song, The Old Man Down the Road. So that's John Fogerty sued for sounding too much like John Fogerty.
Yep.
All right, number 2.
That's always been my top complaint about him.
Number two. Neil Young was sued for $3.3 million by his label, Geffen Records, for not sounding enough like Neil Young on 3 albums. So Neil Young sued by his own label for not sounding like Neil Young. Number three. Vanilla Ice, a.k.a. Robert Matthew Van Winkle, was sued for $2 million by SBK Records for asset depreciation to cover marketing expenses that falsified his gangsta backstory and persona. So that's Vanilla Ice being sued for not being a real gangsta. All right, Jack, those are your options. One of those is not true. The other 2 are.
Well, I mean, like, we all know that, like, you know, original sort of gangsta culture, that sort of like rough and tumble life is personified by Vanilla Ice. He's sort of, he invented the genre. He speaks to the pain.
He's the godfather of gangsta.
Yeah, it really is. Like, you know, the Westchester taxes are so high, stuff like that. Like, he's relatable.
You can relate. You can relate.
Yes. I can relate.
Yes.
So, you know what? I'm going to say Fogerty is the fake one.
All right, so your answer, let's lock it in. John Fogerty is a fake.
Yeah.
The real answer is Vanilla Ice is a fake. Yep, I'm sorry. John Fogerty was actually sued in 1985 for copyright infringement of his own song. So the lawsuit was that his new song, The Old Man Down the Road, sounded too much like CCR's song, Run Through the Jungle. And one thing that's interesting about this is so he ended up winning that lawsuit, and then it went to the Supreme Court because he was trying to sue or get the attorney's fees covered, which were like $1 million. And the Supreme Court, he won that case as well, which was like a big deal for musicians and other folks. So it was an important lawsuit in lawsuit history, Jack. All right, very good. All right, we're moving on.
Word to your mother, John.
Yes, thank you. I was just trying to think of how that song goes, and I can't come up with it. Rolling, something in my 5.0 with the rooftop down so my hair can blow. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Girlie's on standby waiting just to say hi. Did I stop? No, I just cruised by. I think that's right. Again.
Well, it's certainly not wrong.
We can say, yes, thank you. Okay, we're moving on to segment number 2. Number 2. The title of this segment, Jack, is Weapon of War or Weapon of Rock. Weapon of War or Weapon of Rock. So I am going to give you the name of a machine or device, and then I will give you a description of it.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me, was it a weapon of World War II, or was it something used by rock and roll artists in the 1970s? So is it a weapon of World War II, or is it a weapon of 1970s rock?
Wow.
Okay? And before we do, just to give you the framing on this, so Neil Young, one of those albums that Geffen Records was disappointed in was called Trans, that he put out in 1982.
Okay.
And he used the vocoder a lot on his voice, which makes you sound like a robot. And the vocoder was actually developed prior to World War II and used in a 50-ton encryption machine during World War II to keep FDR and Churchill's chats private, to keep them away from the Nazis. So here's our first one. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
The first one is called the Schrage Music. The Schrage Music. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
So was it a World War II weapon, an upward-firing configuration of autocannons mounted on the back of a German Luftwaffe fighter plane?
Okay.
Or was the Schrage Music a weapon of rock? Was it an experimental jazz technique developed by Brian Eno, where musicians would tune their instruments a quarter tone apart to create a deliberate slant in the sound? The Schrage Music.
Schrage Music.
Yes.
May I get a spelling, please?
You may. THE SCHRAGE Music MUSIK. Little twist there at the end.
Okay, it makes it very hip. All right. May I have it used in a sentence, please? A context clue.
We don't have this much time. We're going to run out of tape.
This is how Instagram works.
How am I going to use it in the context? I gave you context. I gave you two possible descriptions.
You gave me possible definitions.
You're so...
I'm going to say, I want to get this right. I'm going Germany. Final answer.
Jack Helmuth, you are correct. Yeah. Congratulations. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
So it does actually, in German,
happy.
It does mean jazz music or slanted music. And the reason they called it that, it was slanted. The guns were at this weird angle so that a fighter could pull up underneath a British bomber and shoot the belly of the bomber. And so they called it the jazz music. Isn't that crazy? The second one is called the Maestro Echoplex. The Maestro Echoplex.
Okay.
Was the Maestro Echoplex a weapon of World War II, a British counterintelligence device that recorded incoming German radio signals and rebroadcast them on a split-second delay to make transmissions unintelligible? Or was the Maestro Echoplex a weapon of rock, a looping tape cartridge system encased in a metal box used by Led Zeppelin to make those trippy, swirling echo noises on guitar?
This one's easy. The answer is B. Final answer.
You are correct. The Maestro Echoplex is indeed and was indeed the most popular delay tape unit of the 1970s.
Yeah.
Number 3, and this one's got the best name of all, the Nebelwerfer. The Nebelwerfer.
That's good.
Okay.
Yep.
Was the Nebelwerfer a weapon of World War II, a 6-barreled launcher mounted on a carriage that fired rockets in rapid succession, emitting a distinct, terrifying, high-pitched shriek? Or was the Nebelwerfer a weapon of rock, a dry ice cannon used by the band Kraftwerk on their 1975 tour to create a dense fog during their song Radioactivity?
I feel like we're going music on that one. I'm going to go B again.
All right, and you are incorrect.
Doggone it.
So sorry, Jack. It actually was a rocket launcher. The Nebelwerfer. It actually means It means the fog thrower. And Germans refer to it as moaning Minnie because the horrific screeching sounds that it made when it launched rockets. There you go.
Just sit still, Minnie. Happy honeymoon.
Our apologies to Walt Disney. Okay, let's move on to segment 3, our final segment, our last and final segment, segment 3. It's called the lazy test. Okay. So there was this philosopher of technology. His name was Albert Borgman. And Albert Borgman talked about 2 different types of things, one being devices and the other being focal things. The gist of it was that a device is a sort of technological innovation that makes our lives easier and kind of hides the work required to deliver the result.
Okay.
A focal thing is something that you really work hard to do. You put in the work, but in the process, you find meaning in it. So if we take heat as an example, with a device, you have a furnace, you just turn the thermostat or push a button, it gives you heat. Bingo, done. With a hearth, you have to collect firewood, you have to build a fire, you have to start the fire, you have to tend the fire. It also then becomes a focal point too, not only of your work, but also gathering people around it. And so there's meaning in it.
Okay.
And what Neil Young did, to go back to his 1982 Trans album, what Neil did there in using the vocoder, many people would see the vocoder as just a device. It's just a cool effect that made it easier for him to sing. But he actually used it because he was trying to connect with his son's challenges to communicate because his son had cerebral palsy. And so what Neil was trying to do was to sort of bridge this chasm between himself and his son and the struggles and challenges that he could see his son going through, trying to connect with the outside world. And so he used the vocoder to really disguise his voice to make it hard for him to understand. So he's using this thing that we might consider a device, but he's using it to kind of put in the work and find meaning, deeper meaning in this relationship with his son. What we want to do is talk a little bit about then in your own life, whether you choose the device or the focal thing. Food, Jack, food. Are you an Uber Eats person, or are you I go out and hunt the buffalo? And
we're surrounded by a lot of nature, and I will do anything I can to combat that when it comes to my eating. Prepare it for me,
bring it to your doorstep.
Bring it to my
preferably
doorstep.
To your chair.
Yes, exactly. Baby bird me. I don't want to do the work of my mandible does enough.
I wonder if Uber Eats could start offering that as an option.
Yeah, just
to
spit
help
my
you
food into my mouth.
digest it, or at least ingest it. Maybe ingest is step one. Maybe digest is going too far.
I use food sometimes, unfortunately, as a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
As it's the thing I look
but
forward
hey,
to.
I mean, let's back up though. I mean, we've been to your home where you prepared unbelievable steaks, right?
Thanks.
Where it's your family and my family, you're cooking steaks outside, we're making a salad, doing the whole deal. It was a sort of communal event where we're all there together, preparing food together. And it is different than just calling, using Uber Eats or whatever it might be to show up with it.
Yes. And I love that communal idea. It was so fun having you guys at the house and doing that meal together. It was so much more special than if we were just like, screw it, let's just order 2 pizzas so we can talk more. It was much more special the way we did it.
So I mean, obviously we've noted there are pros and cons to both sides. Devices can be fantastic in saving time and labor and providing what we need, but there's also meaning to be found in slowing down and putting in the work. All right. Thanks again, Jack, for joining me for this little game show, little conversation that we've had today. And thanks everyone for listening. And we'll be back.
It's super fun. Thanks, buddy.